I'm ready, Freddy. Crazy little thing called love.
You gonna do your clapping thing?
Crazy little thing called love. Hercules, Hercules.
And we start off with whatever the fuck that was. And welcome to the Creative Hangout, everybody. Glad to have you with us. I am Josh, also known as JB Designs, whatever the hell you want to call me. And I got my good buddy Will here.
His co-host, Will, from Will Development. This is episode 4.
Number 4. Quattro. We're here again. What are you doing?
I'm practicing a little dog for the
puppet show you
for the
put
puppets.
on
The
kids.
I did that. I was hanging out with Agian on Sunday, and they were testing out a projector, and I just stuck my hand in front of her. I'm like a 7-year-old if you leave me to my own devices.
So serious.
I'm like a 7-year-old with the libido of a 15-year-old.
So just, I don't know.
Use your words, Josh.
Yeah, I know.
Use your words.
To start off, make sure you guys are following us on all the good stuff. Hopefully you are listening to this on SoundCloud. We appreciate it.
You got the name right.
Hopefully you are sharing and liking all the good stuff. We're on Twitter. We're also on Instagram,
on
Facebook.
the Facebook, on the YouTube.
The Book of Faces, and on the Tube of Views. That didn't work. The Book of Faces worked.
The Tube of Views.
The Tube of Views.
The U's. We're on the tubes. Get the U's.
So,
the 2 Utes. That feels like a U.
I wanted to start off. So, tattoos.
Tattoos.
You don't have any, right?
No,
you got your one on your
I got the one. I got the one. Expose it to the light.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, man. I got the one little bass clef underneath my watch.
That his watch is whiter than a piece, or under his watch is whiter than a piece of paper.
My natural, this isn't even my final form.
So, and I have 3 tattoos.
Yeah.
So, and again, we record every couple of weeks, so this is a little while ago. But this was, I had a story from Easter weekend. That's
even longer than a while ago.
Well, yeah. It's been a while since we've been on. But yeah, my mother-in-law came into town. And
I'm sorry.
I love my mother-in-law, you motherfucker.
That's just a bold-faced lie. You're married. You can't love her. It's a rule.
But no, she came down for a visit to visit my wife and everything.
I've seen sitcoms. I know the truth.
You know how they
Don't lie to me. I've seen the documentaries.
So, we like to take her to the beach when she comes in. My mom loves the beach, so it was my mom, my mother-in-law, my wife, and I all head down to New Smyrna Beach.
My wife.
On the, that's going to be the new drinking game for us.
Every time I say, my wife, I'm going to die. My wife.
So we went down to New Smyrna Beach. They were having a wine walk, and we get down
walk and you just bitch about things.
That car's ugly. These buildings suck. My feet hurt. Oh no, that was my personal experience.
The sand is hot. Should have brought your flip-flops, Bubba. I could also do a Spanish mother. You forgot your chancletas. Alright, so how did the crybaby bitch walk go?
It was a lot of fun. We had a great time. But the main thing of the story I wanted to tell was my wife and... God damn it. That's in my head.
I knew what to say and I just looked at him and just smiled.
That lady I'm married to.
My wife. Who is that? Is that your wife?
And my mother-in-law ended up getting tattoos. We found this cool tattoo shop in the area that we never knew about because we were just wandering around.
So alcohol tattoo parlors.
This is actually before they started drinking. This was,
That's an even worse idea to drink after because that thins your blood still.
They just had a few bits of a lot of wine. But yeah, so we go over to this nice...
A couple sheriffs.
It was a small tattoo shop. Very nice, very nicely decorated. It was kind of like it reminded me like inside of a pirate ship. Oh. Like it was all wood up, built up everywhere. Right. Very rustic looking.
Keeping with the ocean feel.
Yeah, so the guys were very nice guys that we were in
footsies under the table.
Don't play footsies.
We
need a bigger desk.
What size shoe do you wear?
Between a 10 and 11.
Wow, really?
You said I got big feet?
No, I just know I got I got these baby feet, man. Like
what's your size?
8.5, 9.
Oh my God, you do have baby feet.
But they have to be wide, like double wide, like double E and shit.
Giggity.
Yeah, like I've got fat guy feet from being a fat guy in my past life. My former shell of a husker.
Look at Ignition 2 photos. I mean, what?
That's Pee Wee Herman Dragunov. Moving on.
Anyways, so we're sitting there, and my mother-in-law gets her tattoo first, and it's not. The story's more about other people coming in and getting tattoos. So we're sitting there, and mother-in-law's getting a tattoo, and this woman walks in with her 2 kids. Now, automatically, I know both set of kids are under the age of 18.
Oh boy!
And personally, for me, I think you should not. Jesus, I'm beating the shit out of everything.
I fucking hate this mic. This mic is bullshit.
You should not get a tattoo until you're 18. You can get it on your 18th birthday, like I did for my first tattoo.
I think I did too.
But you should not get it until you're 18. I don't think you have the right. You're just it.
For me, it's always come down to, I don't think really, like, if I were in charge, man, very few things would be illegal for adults. Because you're a grown-ass person, whatever the fuck you want to do with your body, that's your business.
Yeah.
But if we have, as a society, have come together and deemed that the age of 18 is when you are an adult, you need to obey that and just deal with the fact that for the first 18 years of your life, which, let's be honest, they're usually pretty shitty.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, God, the next 18 ain't too easy either. Fuck.
No, really, none of them are. So, good luck, kids. Anyways, so this lady comes in, and New Smyrna Beach is one of the tourist beaches.
Yeah.
Pretty much any beach in Florida is. But
which one's like the world famous one? Is that Daytona? They call
Daytona is like a one that's
they call that
destination
the world famous one. That and Coco, right?
I think so.
Because of Ron Johns or
New Smyrna I like a little bit more because there's not as many tourists in that area. It's more of where the locals
go. And it's honestly because like the color of the water and the sand is dreary as fuck.
It's not that bad when you go on a nice day, but it's not the pretty like other places, which I didn't think Daytona is that pretty either.
Dude, when I went to Daytona, I was like, what the fuck is a big deal? I was expecting like the Caribbean, but it was sad. I was just like, this is
Caribbean.
It was the Caribbean. I dropped my patty. Oh.
So anyways, we're sitting there, and the mom comes in, and they're out of towners, and they want to get tattoos, and the guy's like, okay, well, you've got to get. They're like, well, how old are they? And she's like, oh, one's 17, and one's almost 16, so 15.
The 17-year-old one, I'm actually okay with, because like the difference between a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old is nothing.
I ain't done with the story yet, though.
The difference between a 15-year-old and an 18-year-old, that's a big difference to me. That's 3 years.
Well, and if there's parent consent, cool. Right. But you gotta make sure the parent should give consent, because there's some dumbass fucking parents out there. So we're kind of listening to the conversation. I didn't want to listen and intrude too much, but it's this tiny little place. So we're sitting there, and I have, like, all my tattoos are real thought out, real planned out.
It's a rule with me. If I'm in your house and you leave shit open and around, like if you leave mail out and it's open on the table and I don't have to do anything, I can just look at it, that's your fault. You should put that shit away. Now, I will never open your drawers.
Right.
Because that's your business. And it's the same thing if you're in public and you're talking around me and it's loud enough for me to hear it where I don't even have to pay attention, but I still hear your shit.
Right.
Because there's a difference between hearing and listening.
Yeah.
If I hear you, I'm going to start listening.
Yeah. So we kind of listen in.
So you have a moral high ground here.
I do.
You already do.
Most of the time.
She's a parent who just brought her kids to a tattoo shop. So you automatically get the moral high ground.
So they wanted to get tattoos, and I swear to God, they all wanted to get the same tattoo of the letters D and D.
Diamond dicks? What?
I don't know.
Diamond dogs?
At the end, when they left, we thought they were going with, like, they could all stand together and be like Carlos Mencia. I'm like, so they had...
Or are they just fans of, like, Ed, and Eddie, and they just love Double D from Ed, and Eddie? I mean,
it was like 20 minutes of this conversation of what they wanted, and he goes...
I'm just going to say they were Metal Gear fans. They just love Diamond Dogs.
And he's like, well, you need to have... You have to take this paper. It's like a consent form. You have to fill it out, and you have to get it notarized.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, these guys were hardcore there. And while I was sitting there, I'm like, okay, I will go to these guys even more.
And I don't blame them for that, because, like, piercings, like, that shit will eventually heal back if you leave nothing in it. But like a tattoo, like to get that shit taken off. I mean,
yeah. Well, the mom's like, and the mom didn't understand it. Apparently, like, because they were from Michigan or some shit, they can go in anywhere in Michigan and get them tattooed at any moment. I'm like, that's because you're going to shitty, scummy places.
That's cool.
Go back to Michigan.
Go the fuck back to Michigan.
Go back to Michigan.
We don't need you fucking Southern Canadian asses down here anyway. Fucking mook.
They go and leave, and they take the consent form. They're supposed to come back and blah blah blah. And we're like, just as soon as they're like halfway down the block, we're laughing our asses off because we're all kind of the same. And we're like, the one guy's like, "What the hell did they want? B B D D?" He goes, "I don't fucking know." And I'm like, I'm pretty sure they were big Carlos Mencia fans.
Maybe they just really like large-breasted women.
Maybe.
Or men.
And she was not. So so that was one of the experiences.
Sign of things to come, I guess.
Then another one. It was another young person trying to get a tattoo. And I aged myself right there. I'm 28 and I just said young person.
Yeah.
Fuck. Anyways.
You want to feel really old. The fucking 80s were 30 years ago.
Okay.
Deal with that.
So, another mom and a son come in. And I think the son was 17 but needed the consent form too, if I remember correctly. So, and there's certain people that you can just tell right away that they're...
This is a piece of shit.
Not a piece of shit. Not all there. Just like the dude acted like getting a tattoo was like putting a sticker on your arm. He's just like, because he barely is saying anything. Mom's saying all the stuff for him, and they're like, well, what do you want? He's like, oh, I want like a skull and a rose. And they're like, okay, where do you want it? He's like, right on my forearm, right here. Like, fucking huge. He isn't even 18 yet. Mm-hmm. When you're an established adult and you got your own business or your own things going on, get as many sleeve shit you want. I would have sleeves from top to bottom if I could. Right. But I'm not in that position yet. I may not ever be in that position. I get tattoos where I can hide them so I can get business and do work. I mean, even if you see half of the people that I'm friends with in the artist world, in the convention world, didn't know I had tattoos until I did a video with my muscle shirt on. Right. And they're like, we had no idea. I'm like, there's a point to that. Some people still accept tattoos. Other people don't.
And I've always explained this to people. In America, you have the freedom of speech. You have the freedom to do whatever you want with your own body to an extent. But that freedom does not defend you from persecution. Right. If you're going to be different, if you're going to choose to do something that's against the norm, which even to this day, tattoos are still not totally accepted by everybody.
Definitely more accepted.
Right. More so than, say, like the 30s and shit.
Yeah.
Or
even
the 80s or the 2000s, or early aughts, as they say. Yeah. Don't say that. Aughts. Aughts.
No.
Little otters.
Little otters.
Just breaking open the little oysters. Anyway, even it doesn't, you can't choose to be different, to be counterculture, and then bitch when the rest of the world doesn't accept you. That's not how it works.
Well, not even thinking of that, but, I mean, first off, he barely even, like, the way he was saying it, he's like, yeah, I want a rose and a skull.
Rosebud.
On my arm. And I'm like, are you sure? Are you fucking sure? You know this shit ain't goddamn Sharpies. This is gonna be on you a while.
For till death, dude.
Oh my god. And I'm like, sitting there, bashing my head against the back of a window. I'm like, please do not tattoo this motherfucker. And this was another out-of-state person that needed it. And they like said the same thing. Oh, well, we could just walk into any other place. I'm like, if you go to any other place that just lets you walk in and get, tattooed underage, you should not be getting a tattoo there.
Right. You're going to get hepatitis and...
You're going to get either a shitty... Number one, you're going to get probably a shitty tattoo.
Yeah.
Number two, you don't know how sterile they are.
Right.
I mean, there's just...
a
plethora of shit that could go wrong.
There's another thing, too. It's like any asshole can put a tattoo on somebody.
Yeah.
You need to go to an artist if you want it done right. Because tattoos are art at the end of the day.
Yes.
And it takes more than just, skill to sit there and put a needle onto somebody's skin and go at it. It's just like any profession, if you want the best quality, you need it like an artisan or artisan or however you...
Artisan.
however the fuck you say that word. Right? But it's like, okay, if you go to a barber who has limited experience, or they know how to cut hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
A good barber will say something like, I sculpt hair.
Right.
Even though they're just glorifying themselves, when at the end of the day, dude, all you fucking do is cut hair, relax. Mm-hmm. But, like, when they think of it that way, you can tell it's a passion, you know? You don't want, like, a dude who does caricatures of people at the fucking carnival. He might actually have passion of doing, you know, I don't want to say real art, but, like, passionate art, I guess I'll say. But, like, odds are that person is just good at, like, painting people's faces. You might not exactly want that particular person with that mentality putting something on you that's going to be on you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want a stencil artist working on me, you know, tattooing me.
Well, and you can even go into some places that look really legit and are all look up and up, and you come out with a shitty tattoo.
Right.
And you're like, the fuck?
There's a difference between the stencil tattoo artist and a tattoo artist.
Yeah. I was just sitting there going, there's no fucking way. There's, you know, and like my brothers, I have two younger brothers. The middle one has, I think he's on 2 or 3 tattoos. I can't remember. But I have a tattoo on my left arm of it's a 4-leaf clover with a devil tail on it. And I've added some more to it. It's my own design. Well, the middle brother loved it. And he wanted his own version. He wanted to get it. I'm like, motherfucker, I don't share tattoos with anybody.
Right.
I'm like, that's why I design my own. I don't pick off the wall or some shit.
Right.
I design my own stuff that goes on me. That's why I only have 3, because I can't figure out more at the moment. He goes, seriously, I really want it. I'm like, he's like, even if it's my own version. I'm like, okay. So I went and I flipped it to make it different, number one. I made it twice the size. And then I made a camo version for him. Mm-hmm. So the lines are kind of the same.
Yeah.
But there's like branches and it's woods color camouflage.
It's the same, but different.
It's different enough for me that I don't want to lose my mind.
Right.
Well, now the youngest brother, who's about to turn 18 in November, I believe, called me up a couple weeks ago. He's like, I want the clover tattoo. I'm like, motherfucker!
You're forcing my creative juices.
Now, luckily, he actually has an idea for it, and I'm going to tweak it even more. I've got to figure out which way to angle it this time, because I think I'm going to have to flip it and angle it so it doesn't look like the first 2.
Right.
And then he wants it colored like the American flag behind it.
That's badass.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. He came with an idea.
America.
And I think that's his way of doing the Eagle Scout thing too.
I think I've told you about my boss. My boss's tattoo he has on his. I think it's his left arm. He's a tattoo. Mm-hmm. And the company I work for got bought out by a bigger company years before I ever worked there, and they started doing business down in the Dominican Republic. And my boss is like an old school dude. My boss. He's like this old school dude from the hills of Pennsylvania.
I'm familiar with those hills.
So he's you know, gung ho America, all that good shit. I remember our first week of working there. We were talking about like work boots, and I forget what brand I mentioned, but he goes, "Why would you want that shit? That's not made in America." And I was like, "Damn." But he's got this fucking tattoo on his arm, and I want to get a version of it as kind of an homage to him, because he's like the first boss I've ever actually loved. Like, beyond being able to stand him, I actually get along with him very well. And would love to hang out with him after work and shit. Like, he's a cool dude. And he's got this fucking tattoo, and it's an American bald eagle with a waving American flag behind it.
Nice.
And right underneath it says "Made in USA." And I'm just like, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I always wear sleeveless shirts when I go to the DR and make sure that fucking flag is waving." And like, God, this fucking man right here. Patriotism right there. Love it. And I definitely want some kind of version of that.
Did I ever tell you the story of what I told people when I was getting my first tattoo? When I was hitting 18?
No.
Okay, so I went to a school. I'm originally from Ohio. I was in high school, and when I was about to turn 18, I told my mom and my dad that I wanted to get a tattoo on my 18th birthday. That is what I wanted. They agreed, got it all set up. So I was getting it over. My birthday's December 22nd, so we were on winter break then. So I was getting it over the winter break. Well, of course, I've told a couple of my friends. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm getting a tattoo for my birthday. So of course, that went through the high school like fucking wildfire.
Right.
And if you can't tell, I'm one of those guys that was not well liked in high school. You know, I'm one of the ones that I never got actually put in a locker, but borderline that. You know, I'm the guy that everybody made fun of, joked around with, and blah blah blah. And but by the time I got into my senior year, I was a really big smartass. I learned how to go toe to toe with these guys. That was my way of fighting back.
Right.
Never had to throw a punch. Just had to be the smartass that I am today. So, you know, the preppy bitches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everybody has them.
Everybody's got them.
So I'm sitting in class, and we're getting closer to winter break, and apparently the rumor has gone around that I'm getting a tattoo. So one of the bitches in front of me turns around, and she goes, "Sell." I'm like, like you just hear that, and your mind's like, all right, how big of a dick am I going to be back?
And it begins.
She
Ready,
goes,
fight.
Ding ding. So she goes, I heard you were getting a tattoo.
Savage.
I'm like, you did now? She goes, yeah. I'm like, what about it? She goes, what are you getting? I'm like, I could tell her what I'm getting.
Unmentionable.
Or I could be the big asshole that I am.
Combo breaker.
So, I'm like,
Shinjosh.
I'm like, do you really want to know? She goes, yeah. I'm like, are you sure? She goes, yeah. I'm like, okay. Come here. And I had her come closer. I'm like, all right. It's going to be on my ass. She just looks at me. I'm like, dead straight furious.
Wait,
Serious.
there's more.
I'm like, wait, there's more.
Triple combo.
I'm like, it's going to be cheek to cheek. There's going to be two puffy clouds. There's going to be a rainbow going across the clouds connecting to each other. There's going to be a leprechaun, like the...
Pot of gold?
Yeah, no, not a pot of gold. There's going to be a leprechaun, the Lucky Charms guy on one side, Tinkerbell on the other side. And across the middle, going from butt cheek to butt cheek, it's going to say, taste the fucking rainbow.
Savage combo breaker.
Her face just jaw open, and I just stared at her. And she goes, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. And she just turned around and sat down. So,
Shinjosh.
now what was really great is apparently I started a trend when I got mine. Because I got mine and it was the cross that's on my arm.
Yeah.
And it was just the black and white version.
Right.
And I'm a bony motherfucker. So it hurt in the top and everything.
Yeah,
It's a big one. Well, the same girl, like after we got back, it was like more into the springtime. Same girl, she goes, guess what? She like would randomly talk to me out of nowhere.
Right.
Like, it's like, why the fuck are you talking to me? She goes, guess what? I'm like, what?
He got sassy.
I'm like, what? She's like, I got a tattoo too. I'm like, yay? She goes, do you want to see it? I'm like, sure.
She ripped off her top.
I wouldn't want to see those. I am not Ron White. I don't need to see all the titties.
Nice.
So she goes and takes off her shoe, and it is this little, teeny tiny, not even as big as a quarter, flower on her foot. She goes, it hurts so bad. I'm like, and I looked at her. I'm like, fuck you. She goes, what? I'm like, I have bone right here, and at the very top, that needle dug into the bone. When I die and decay, you're gonna at least see the tip of black right on that bone. So fuck you and your little fucking piss-ass flower.
Although I have been told tattoos on the feet hurt.
I have heard that. There's a lot of shit all in the feet. But dude, this thing was like, it probably went zzz, 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 and done. That was it. Should I throw some? Oh, there's the color.
Oop! Oh shit! I went out of lines.
It doesn't matter. It's on your feet.
It's okay. It's a little bigger. Yeah. Just wear closed-toe shoes for the rest of your life.
So yeah, that was my first tattoo.
I think I figured out my rendition of my boss's tattoo that I would
you just figured it out?
I would
get
get
an epiphany?
Yeah, I would get the same thing except the
Made in Japan?
No, the eagle. The eagle would Shin Eagle. The eagle would have like human characteristics. It would be like, human form, and it would be like fucking jacked, like a bodybuilder eagle.
I could see that.
I think
but
I
I'm
would
picturing like really cheesy cartoon version. You know, like in the '80s, where like a lot of people got the, and it's like,
yeah. No, he would be like
really
he would be like holding the flag. He would be doing like the on what was it, Iwo Jima? Is that where they put the flag? The like 5 guys.
Oh yeah.
Is that Iwo Jima? I forget where that is.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah,
we're not a historical podcast.
Really not. No, but wherever that is, and they're like lifting the flag, like 6 guys. The eagle would be doing that alone, and just made
With
me
a pinky.
USA. It's just like one arm just pushing that shit up, or deadlifting. Either way, that'd be badass.
Don't let it hit the ground.
Yeah,
that's all I ask.
Meaning my dick.
So,
my God.
Have you seen jumping away from tattoos? Because I think we talked that out a little bit.
Yeah.
Have you seen the?
I'll save my story for another day.
Oh, did you? Yeah, we'll save it for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen the new Cookie Monster Siri commercial?
No.
Okay, so we're not that equipped to actually play it. So if you want to see it, YouTube Cookie Monster Siri.
Yeah.
It's an Apple commercial, and he's working with Siri. So he's baking cookies. Surprise, surprise. It's a very cute commercial. And he goes and he bakes. He gets the cookies all set up, and they're in there baking. He shuts the door, and he goes, "Siri, can you time 14 minutes?" And he goes, "Sure." So it starts counting, and he's sitting there. And he's like, "Siri, can you play Cookie Monster's playlist or Cookie Waiting playlist?" So it starts playing, and he goes and he's like, it takes like a full 3-4 minute. It's a kind of a long commercial.
Yeah.
But he's like fucking around, screwing around, and like all of a sudden he's like outside, staring inside, like looking lonely.
Muppet shit.
Yeah. And then he comes back. It's like the end of the commercial, and he's like, "Siri, how long has it been?" And it's 1 minute has gone past. And he's like, "Ah." So there's bloopers. I found a thing of bloopers on Facebook, and it goes through like. He does all this random shit, and it gets like a little funny here and there, like non
Cookie Monster,
non Sesame Street style stuff.
He breaks character.
A little bit at the end. So I don't know how much shit they recorded. Like, because in the commercial, he's just in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But in the bloopers, he's like in a fucking bedroom. He's in random rooms all through this house.
They took over a house.
Yeah, and he's like doing all this weird shit. But my favorite fucking part is at the end. Well, first off, he teaches Siri to call him Cookie Monster.
Nice, yeah.
"Siri, can you call me Cookie Monster?" And and he goes.
He sounds like a Colombian drug lord.
And Siri's like, "Okay, Cookie Monster," and he's like, "Ah."
Call me the Cookie Monster.
So he goes and he's in bed. And he's got a hat, of course.
Yeah, the little sleeping cap. Yeah.
The little sleeping cat, and he's in bed. And he's
Do people actually wear those?
At one point in time.
Why?
I would love to meet a person that wears it now. Well, it's supposed to keep your head warm.
Oh.
You never gone camping? Well, you're a Florida boy, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've never been cold only on my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you go camping in, like, Ohio in the north.
Yeah.
Or, like, back then when it was very cold in your house and you didn't have a heater.
Right. Okay.
All your heat escapes from the top of your head. Like, majority of your heat. So you wear a hat. You stay warm. There is your lesson from the Creative Hangout today.
My ears just bled.
I fucking laid some knowledge.
He dropped it. Just boom. We don't want to drop these mics.
Anyways.
I'll drop the other one.
So, Cookie Monster's laying in bed. He's like, "Good night, Siri." And Siri's like, "Good night, Cookie Monster." And he's laying there for a good second. And he goes, "Now if only Cookie Monster could close his eyes."
That's good.
And like all the camera people start laughing their asses off. I'm like, I love that shit.
You know what I love?
I didn't have anywhere to go with this.
I meant to do more research, but that's why we play well off of each other and with each other. We're slapping dicks.
No, we're not. No, we're not. You're slapping your own dick.
Yeah, I actually had a topic I wanted to bring up, but I wanted to do more research on it before I brought it up.
So we're gonna bring it up anyway.
So I'm gonna bring it up anyways.
Awesome.
But a lot of American celebrities do commercials in Japan.
Oh yeah.
And all across the world, right?
Right.
And we don't see them because we're in America, and they only do American ones.
Oh shit. America.
Fast food. Guns. Porn. It's America in my eyes. That's all we got.
And probably the majority of the world.
Probably. So anyway, they do a lot of commercials, Americans and stuff, in Japan, and they are some of the funniest fucking commercials because no matter what one you watch from any celebrity, it's hilarious because either they're just speaking straight up English in their normal voice, doing their own thing, whatever, and that's funny as shit because they'll have Japanese people like speaking Japanese to them,
right?
And they'll answer in English like, "Oh, all that shit," and he'll
nailed
just
it.
I thought I nailed it right, and then the person will just be like, "Yeah, yeah, I love Nokia."
Well, it's kind of like the you ever watch Friends?
Yeah.
When Joey did the one Japanese commercial for like the lip balm.
Yeah.
They're not that far fetched from what the Friends one was.
Well, that's what's fun, and then it's funnier when they try to speak Japanese and they're just fucking butchering it.
It's like me speaking English.
Oh, yeah, it's just fucking terrible. In both of those cases, absolutely, 100% on your But yeah, no, and they're just, it's funny shit, and I just love it, and I love the idea that like Japanese, like companies see this, and I know Nokia is not a Japanese company, by the way, but I just love that they're just like, holy shit, Arnold Schwarzenegger's awesome. We should get him to do something here.
Right.
And he's just like, he can't even fucking speak English. I had the California and the cauliflower and then the president of nothing. I'll be and fucking, I never did steroids. Yes, I did, but now don't mention it. Fuck my maid, my wife, Maria. So, and it's just funny as fuck to watch him just sit there and try to, like, speak to these people, because they barely understand good English, because they're just native Japanese speakers.
Right.
And so then he comes in just fucking thick Austrian, German accent. Nobody fucking knows what is going on. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing, and I love him. And I could just sit there and watch him all day, man.
Oh yeah, they're great.
I love stupid ass commercials like that. They just, oh man, I love it. I just love it to death. It's good shit. It's good shit. It's where I waste a lot of my life. Just looking for stupid shit.
I just had a topic I was going to bring up.
I guess it was
not good. I lost it.
I just threw up a little. I need to eat better food. Doesn't taste so nice twice.
Keep rambling.
You know what? I know.
Oh no, I thought about it.
Well, fuck me then. Okay, go ahead.
What did you?
No, I had to look it up anyway.
Oh, okay.
What it was.
So this is in the art topic, like artist working as an artist and shit. So I was at a convention a couple weeks back, and this one guy came up, and I have the Batman, Superman logo painting.
BVS.
Yeah, and I did. It's of the Batman versus Superman logo. But I did it before the movie came out, and I like logos. I'm a logo guy.
Right.
Yeah, they're just fun to paint.
It's good.
And I had this idea stuck in my head for this canvas, so I did it, and it's really nice. It's one of the ones that I really like. So I had it up on my wall to display, and this guy's there, and he comes up, and he's like, "I really like that Batman versus Superman canvas." I'm like, "Oh, thanks."
Fuck yeah, you do.
I'm like, "Thank you very much." He's like, "Yeah, I'd buy it if I liked the movie."
Well, what does this have to do with the movie? If you like Batman versus Superman...
That's exactly what I said.
Like, pretend it's a doomsday thing.
That's
man.
exactly what I said. I'm like...
A much better movie.
I've had that, like, constantly lately. Of different people, like I'm doing the Civil War stuff. And I did one... I've done a couple small Civil War ones, and then I'm working on the big project.
Yeah.
And people are like, "Oh, well, I got to see the movie first, and then I may buy it." It's like... Art is art. Civil War was already a thing. Batman versus Superman was already a thing.
Do they realize that these are based off of comic series that have been out since like the 90s and the 80s?
And it's not even like it's the characters from the logo or from the movie.
It's just a logo.
I could understand that. It's just a fucking logo in my design.
I'm pretty sure that logo is on the comic books from back then.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's like, I am just, I'm not understand, and that just started like this year.
Really?
I've never caught this before, but
probably
like,
because DC's putting out more movies now.
but yeah, like he wouldn't do it. I'm like, it's only $75. He's like, no, yeah, I didn't like the movie, so it's a nice painting though. I'm like, oh, fuck yourself.
Well, apparently it's not a nice painting, because if it was a nice painting, you'd be fucking buying it or haggling price with me right now. Apparently you don't give a shit about the painting, you only give a fuck about the movie.
Yeah.
Way to feed the corporations, man.
Oh, you want to hear another fun thing that probably drives a lot of different artists nuts? And I don't know if anybody talks about it, but I don't care. I'll talk about it. Because I've reached that point in my art career, I don't fucking care. So if I piss off somebody, fuck them.
Fuck them.
So, there's this thing, and I don't know if you've experienced it when you were sitting with me a couple of times, but, so I have my art book sitting in front of me of all my prints. So all the prints that you can buy from me.
Yeah.
It's filled with, I do a bunch of different characters. You can flip through tons of them. Majority of this happens with younger kids.
Yeah.
And I kind of just sit there with my eye twitching and let it go. Because they're kids. And they're, but like adults do this too. And older people do this. They'll go and start flipping through the book. And they'll go, oh, that's Iron Man. Oh, that's Harley Quinn. And they will go through my entire book, naming every fucking character. Like, the people around them don't fucking know who it is.
You know what you should do? You should put like little just labels on it.
Right.
That way when they announce it, you're like, that's right, put the label there. That's right, put the label there. Yeah. Way to go, Dick.
And like sometimes it's kind of cute when it's like a real young kid that you don't think knows everybody.
Right.
But even then, it gets a little boring because I got like an entire book full.
Now, for context, if people have not seen Josh's art, if you're for some reason a fan of mine and you're listening, and you haven't seen Josh's art, he doesn't do like abstract shit. It's like very straightforward. Like you can clearly see who the fucking character is supposed to be.
Yeah, it's definitely like lately I've gotten messier.
You know what? I actually have a question about that too because it's something I don't know. It's like how do you deal with like copyrights and shit like that?
You keep going until you get yelled at.
So when you're so good that the comic book is just like, dude, you can't do this anymore.
I have not gotten anything yet. Knock on wood. I know in certain circumstances they'll send you a cease and desist on that specific item.
Right.
I know some people get hit more if they're doing like really weird, dirty stuff to the characters. I know it's a very weird, and every time you bring it up with different people, you hear different things. I know clothing people get hit quicker and faster. Like if you're selling characters on shirts and shit
or
like
a Batman symbol.
Yeah, like you'll get hit quicker than a print.
Right.
And I know at certain conventions they're stricter than others. But as far as I know of, most of the time they kind of just let you do your thing. Some people have gotten jobs out of it.
I could see that. Yeah. Well, that actually, that reminds me because like, are you familiar with Team 4-Star at all?
Yeah.
They do the Dragon Ball Z abridged and all those abridged. Yeah.
I love that. If you've never watched it and are a fan of Dragon Ball Z, watch Team 4.
If you're not a fan, watch it.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Great. It's still good.
Vegeta's my favorite
oh
on
my
that.
God, he's amazing.
Yeah, fuck a dick.
I need adult. I am an adult. But yeah, no, like two of the guys from there, because I love them and I love two best friends on YouTube also. They do playthroughs and a group of Canadians. I'm seriously considering going to a convention in Georgia just so I can meet those guys and hang out with them for a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Because they seem cool as fuck. And it's sad though because like they're really nerdy and the only one who's like not a quote unquote nerd is like Wooly. And like, but it's like, they're all my favorites at the end of the day, but like Matt and Pat are the ones I want to talk to the most, but they've said it a million times, they're like, yeah, we're awkward, weird nerd people. We don't like to talk to people.
Right.
There's a reason we sit at home and play video games and made a career out of that. Because we don't want to talk to people,
Yeah.
And I'm like, so it's like, I don't know if I want to meet him or not, but I'd still love to just see him and just, chit-chat or whatever. But bottom line is, those two of the guys from Team 4-Star got voice acting jobs because of that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
They got shut down for a little bit, though.
For a day.
Okay.
And it was.
I about cried.
It's not the first time it's happened either.
Yeah.
And I've actually had discussions with a friend of mine who's familiar with a lot of laws because he just sits around and reads random bullshit. But one of the one of the things we discussed was basically the problem with the copyright laws in the United States, and it's another problem with YouTube's content ID. I myself have no experience with content ID disputes because all of the material that I've ever created on YouTube is 100% my own material. I'm not ripping anything from anybody. It's all my original ideas. It's all my original scripted, unscripted, whatever you want to call it, shit. But, you know, when you deal with stuff like Team 4-Star, when they're literally using images and sound effects to an extent from a very well-established, long-running, popular TV show, you know, granted, they talk over it and they always say, you know, this, that, and the other, but that's the problem with the content ID on YouTube is there's no way to quickly dispute it, and the way they have it set up is basically if somebody calls you out on content ID, they immediately pull that video down, and they'll actually sometimes shut down your whole channel just because somebody said content ID dispute.
Damn.
They don't even give you a chance. But, you know, the issue goes deeper, and Team 4-Star issued a video once they got their channel back up. Because of how big they are, they can talk straight to YouTube, like big wigs in YouTube, and get shit done quick. Kind of like Rooster Teeth and other huge names, PewDiePie, stuff like that.
PewDiePie.
Yeah, fuck that guy. But anyway, you know, they mentioned it, and I had the same discussion with a friend of mine, and it's basically we have problems with the copyright laws in America. They have not been updated for the kind of mediums we have available today.
Right.
You know, and it's just it's a problem. It needs to be updated, and people need to get out there and, you know, if you're a creator of content of any kind that is in a digital format, you need to be one of those people who's, you know, on top of that, because, you know,
that'll be your department.
Well, see, and like I just mentioned it a minute ago. You know, I don't really have any. I'll never have a problem with that because all my content, it's 100% original, my shit.
Yeah, I'd have that problem more than you.
Exactly, because you're using not abstract ideas. You're using ideas or you're using, you know, already kind of established things.
Right. And that's why I don't monetize my account, though.
Right. Mine's not.
Yeah.
Mine's not monetized either, just because as a fan, I try to appeal to people that are like me, and I fucking hate seeing, like, commercials before stuff. Like, I hate a fucking commercial every fucking video. That stuff kills me. And ironically, I hate the 30-second ones more than, like, 2-minute ones. Because you can skip a 2-minute one after 15 seconds. 30-second one, I'm sitting there fucking waiting through this bullshit.
I always like when it's like a trailer for something, or something, like it's a build-up, but you can skip it.
Right.
So right when it starts, you can skip it.
Right.
I'm like, you click it, fuck you, motherfucker.
They've gotten me a few times, though. You know, some of the commercials, like the one for the new Harry Potter series, whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh,
J.K. Rowling Needs More Money, I think it's called.
That looks good. It looks. I was tired of Harry Potter, so I think I'm actually excited.
But yeah, no, when I saw it and they were just like, "Your professor Albus Dumbledore," and I was like, "All right, I'm done. Go fuck yourself." But you know, like
he was a teacher.
Yeah, thank you. I know who he was. I watched all the way up until like movie 4, and I was like, "This series is too much. This needs to stop."
Now you just pissed off all the Harry Potter fans that we have.
Fuck those little tweens. But you know, no, you have to admit those movies went downhill fast.
Yeah, I lost.
That is
interest.
An objective thing. They went downhill fast.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Radcliffe went and did that nude play just so he could distance himself from being a childhood actor.
Was he? Did you watch the Frankenstein one that he's in?
Dude, honestly, I have it on my my Google like buy later playlist thing because I saw him and that dude from Wanted, Professor X. You know.
Yeah.
And I was like, these are two really good actors in literally one of my favorite books ever. Like, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is. Honestly, it's like right up there. It's like favorite books. I love science fiction books. I love shit from, God, I can't remember his name. He wrote The Invisible Man, Time Machine, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. I've read all those books. I love all those fucking books. They're fucking great. But Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, man, I got the audiobook of it, and I got the fucking print version. I got the one I got it on a, digital copy too. Ooh. If I ever have a feeling to listen to it or watch it, read it, like, I do it because... To this day, putting it to film, nobody's done the book as much justice as I'd like.
Right.
But I kind of feel like it may be my responsibility to someday fund that.
Oh, there you go.
But,
creative goals down the road.
No, but have you seen it? Have you seen the new one?
I have not. It looks pretty cool. I heard different mixed reviews, but
usually when critics shit on something, it's usually not too bad.
Yeah.
Because like Fast and Furious 7 or 8 or whatever fucking one just came out. Yeah, 7. Fucking most critically acclaimed movie fucking in the entire franchise, and I was like, yeah.
I was actually just talking to my boss about that one.
Yeah, just go fuck yourself. I haven't even seen it. I refuse to see it. I'm not funding Vin Diesel's quest to make another Witch Hunter movie, okay? And the last Riddick movie was dog shit. I'm a huge Riddick fan. I'm fucking cosplaying as Riddick. That's how much I love Riddick. And that fucking last Riddick movie was dog shit.
Yeah, I got back into Fast and the Furious with 5. 4 I did not like. 5 and 6 were awesome. Got me back into it.
4 was Fast and Furious, right?
Yeah, Fast and Furious. Yeah. But 5 and 6 were awesome and amazing. But
we had
7,
the fucking fight scene between The Rock and Vin Diesel.
Hell yeah.
Like, there was so much testosterone in that fucking theater when I saw that shit, man. I was growing a beard. It was nuts.
7, I think, would have been better if Paul Walker didn't pass away. I mean, it threw a giant wrench in everything. I mean, you could tell they put bits and pieces together to make that movie.
Right.
And, like, you're even sitting there, like, there's a couple of times Jason Statham shows up, and you're just like, this is like a fucking Elmer Fudd movie. Like, how the fuck did you find them?
Fucking CinemaSins, I think, hit it on the nose because there's a scene between Brian and Tyrese Gibson.
Right.
And Tyrese looks at him, and they're at a funeral for Giselle. I don't remember the actress's real name.
Right.
I think it actually is Giselle. I think that's her name. The Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at Paul, Brian, and he says, "I can't do no more funerals, Brian. Promise me no more." And then fucking CinemaSins hit it right on the nose. He's like, the fucking the uncomfortableness is noted. And I'm just like, that is uncomfortable. They probably should have cut that scene because that's like, ooh, that's like rough.
Vin Diesel just announced today when the next one's coming out, when 8's coming out.
And
I think it's... I saw April 29th, but I didn't see a year. So it's like, is it this year?
I got it.
Or, because you got like 2 weeks to...
He's supposed to be doing another Riddick movie.
Ugh.
Yeah, which I'm apprehensively optimistic.
I want to see his, what the hell was it? The Witch Hunter?
I saw it.
Was it good?
It's a good shitty action movie.
I like good shitty action movies.
Yeah, I mean,
I miss good shitty action movies.
As a stupid action movie, it's great.
I miss, and that's something we could definitely talk about. I miss the old, like, 80s, 90s films where there's no fucking super plot. There's no, like, bunch of twists and turns. It's just straight up fighting, shooting each other, and shit blowing up.
I love it.
I miss
That's why the Expendables are great. Well, that's why the first Expendable was good.
First and second were pretty good.
Yeah.
Third...
did I even see the third? I saw the third.
The
That was one of
good.
the Wesley Snipes was in that one, right?
Yeah, I like that one. Except I wanted to shoot Banderas.
Oh, really?
He annoyed the fuck out of me.
Oh my god, see, I loved it. But I was also kind of like, why are you here? I was like,
and he just didn't shut up.
You're not an action.
And he wasn't being cool.
star.
Well, no, he did
Zorro?
Desperado.
And Desperado. And I guess Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay, he's done action shit.
Yeah.
But still, like, I actually loved his character. Because, like...
I liked it, but I'm like, there was a good annoyance.
See, but you've never watched any of his Spanish movies. Like, when he does shit in Spanish, and, like, interviews in Spanish.
Right.
Because, like, he obviously, like, his native language is Spanish.
Right.
And so, like, I have, because I can kind of understand Spanish if you speak it to me. And, like, that was him.
Right.
It wasn't a character. That's how he is in real life. Like, he's just a chatterbox who never shuts up. But he's funny and he's charming and he's Antonio Banderas. So it's sexy,
But no, I really miss just the old Arnold movies.
I love them.
I watched,
Escape Plan?
No, I'm thinking Steven Seagal. No, it's one of the best ones.
Oh, it's one of the good ones?
Siege.
Oh, yes, okay.
Oh, I forgot.
Yes.
I watched that when I was, like, real young.
Good. Yeah.
So, and I haven't watched it in forever.
That was okay, yeah.
And fucking Tommy Lee Jones in that movie.
Right.
I like when it started off, I'm like, fuck, I forgot it was Tommy Lee Jones as the bad guy. I'm like,
what movie I saw it on Netflix, and I was like, I guess I have to check it out. It had Stone Cold Steve Austin, fucking Michael Jai White, and Steven Seagal in it.
Oh, damn.
And it was made in, like, 2007 or some shit. And I forget what it was called. It was some dumbass, stupid, action movie name.
Right.
Strike Force Eagle, shit like that. And I watched it and I was like, this was disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I'll get in a kick for some good old and I even think just action movie wise, but there's gonna be a lot of plot twists and shit. Civil War's coming out.
Oh yeah,
in a week from when this airs.
I'm actually that might be the one movie I actually go and see in theaters for the first time in
going
probably years.
That weekend. I don't care when. I have free comic book day on Saturday.
Have you read the Civil War comic series?
Parts of it.
Just get the digital versions on Amazon. They're cheap.
Yeah,
and they have good viewers.
But just movie wise, and did you see the fight scene they shared out?
Yes,
with Bucky fighting they're all in their civilian.
Yeah.
Holy
that was cool.
Shit!
Yeah.
Just I had a fight choreographed boner.
Right.
I like this. And then I saw a meme today. It was a picture of Black Panther from the comics, and it's like, right now you don't know me, but in 2 weeks I'm going to be your favorite fucking character.
Oh, he's awesome. You watch the animated Avengers movies, Black Panther's a fucking boss.
Did you see the chase scene with Jason Bucky? Have you seen it where Cap steals the car?
Yeah.
And then he runs out of the fucking car.
I know, right?
They took all that and made it into an Audi commercial. Have you seen
I saw the Audi commercial. Yeah.
I wanted to punch the lady in the face.
Fuck yeah. No, yeah, I'm pretty hyped for that shit.
I was hoping they would get crushed.
I'm totally with you on the old '80s action movies. I've seen every Arnold Schwarzenegger movie ever made.
Yeah.
Including the ones that aren't in English.
Oh.
And including Red Sonja.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know what that is, but
no.
It's and I've read actually 2 of his books, The Modern Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding, obviously because I was a bodybuilder fan, and I've also read his unbelievable true life story called True
Arnold.
I don't know if he called it True Lies or he called it something stupid like that.
What, about one of his movies?
Yeah, it was
True Lies was a good movie.
I love True Lies. Fucking Jamie Lee Curtis, man. Fucking Tom Arnold. Hell yeah, dude. I can get down with this movie all day.
Oh yeah. I haven't watched that one in forever.
It's a good one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he talked about Red Sonja actually, and do you know what Red Sonja is? You saw Conan, right?
Yes.
Do you remember the warrior chick that was with them?
Oh yeah.
She's Red Sonja.
Okay.
So they fucked him on this movie. They told him, they were like, we want to do another one. We know the second one didn't go over so well. And he was like, I fucking told you it wouldn't go over well. You need to keep the fucking R rating. And doing this kiddie bullshit ain't gonna work.
We did it all in Arnold's voice.
We need tits and cursing. That is the only way we can get this movie to go. It will not sell as a children's movie. Nobody wants to watch a fucking children's movie. Jingle All the Way was pretty okay.
Hey, Jingle All the Way is great.
I said it was pretty okay. I actually enjoyed that film very much. So he doesn't talk about it though, so I don't think he liked it very much. Or maybe it's because that dead guy from SNL is in it. I miss him. He was funny.
Yeah.
The guy, you know what I'm talking about. One of his wife killed him.
Wasn't his name Tom too?
I want to say it was Tom, yeah.
Shit.
Doesn't matter. Anyway.
So shoot my fucking dog.
So he told him, before they started filming the second one, he was like, this won't work.
Bailey.
This won't work with a lighter rating. You need to keep the R rating. We need this is what this is what Conan fans want. And they just fucking wouldn't listen to him, and the second movie was shit.
Right.
It was too long, it was stupid, there was fucking wizards, I was like,
So what's Red Sonja?
So Red Sonja, they come to him and they tell him, we're going to do Red Sonja, and what we're planning is we want to have just a movie just about her, and you'll just play a cameo in it, you won't even be playing Conan in it. And he was like, you're not going to have me play Conan? And they were like, well, okay, we're probably going to have you play Conan, but just as a cameo, you won't be, it's all about her.
Right.
And he's like, okay, all right, I'll do it.
I'll do it.
And they fucking fucked him on this movie, because when you look at the movie poster for Red Sonja, it's a fucking picture of him as Conan, gigantic above the fucking...
Oh, yeah.
Just, looking over her and, all of her friends. And then you watch the fucking movie, and he had a shit ton of lines in that movie, too.
Damn.
And he was like, this isn't what you guys told me would happen. You told me I was going to have a minor role because I didn't want to be attached to this shit.
Right.
It's a shit movie. He knew. He was right. It's a terrible fucking movie.
Oh, man.
Almost as bad as the one with Danny DeVito. Not Twins, the other one.
The one where he gets him pregnant?
Yeah. I can't remember the name. It's like some like that Daddy's Home or no, not that. Yeah, but that was a pretty bad one too. It's a bad one. But hey, it's not an action movie, so. Did you know they were supposed to make a sequel to Twins? They were gonna call it Triplets, and they're gonna have fucking Eddie Murphy play their third brother.
Yeah, I think I heard about that one.
I was like, dude, will you guys still do this? I was like, I would love it if you guys still did this shit today. I mean,
there was talks about them redoing it in some way or fashion.
Because I think Eddie Murphy's lost his fucking mind, so he'll do anything now. I know he lost his money, so you know.
Oh yeah, the divorce, right?
Just in general, shit movies.
Allegedly.
No, the shit movies were shit.
Yeah, well,
they're not allegedly shitty.
I just like throwing allegedly around there.
No, they are. No, they're objectively shitty. Like fucking Haunted Mansion was terrible, even as a kids movie.
Yeah.
I don't remember what he did after that. He used to say, "I'm so glad they still get me back to do Shrek, because this is easy money." Like
I like Shrek.
I never saw past the second one.
Really? That's good.
I didn't bother. I'm one of those guys who's like, the trilogies are like my max for movies usually, which is kind of why I gave up on the Fast and Furious series for a little bit there.
Right.
Especially after Tokyo Drift, because it was bad.
I like Tokyo Drift. Not as a... Really? It shouldn't be Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. It should have been Tokyo Drift.
Should have been, yeah, been its own
and
movie.
It's great. I mean, if you actually look at it that way, well, I loved it.
I mean, and I had this discussion with some other people just a couple days ago about, like, Fast and Furious and, like, how it pisses off car people because, like, you're doing a movie with sick-ass cars, right? I mean, You've got all the car porn you could possibly want. He's got that sick-ass Charger. And then fucking... First movie I immediately was just like, what the fuck are they talking about? And this came out when I was really young, but I knew more about cars. I was more into cars back then than I am now, but remember he brings the Supra. That car on the trailer and it's all
the bus.
And the fucking guy flips over the hood and he's like, fucking 19 blah, 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 Supra with a twin JZ engine, blah, blah, blah. And he's saying it like, how did you find this car? It's so rare. And I'm just sitting there like, the twin JZ engine's the only engine they sold in that car. You shouldn't be excited.
You're ruining the movie magic for me.
Like,
Because the guy that looks at an engine goes, that's what makes the car go. I was like, oh my god, they found a really good car.
And that's everybody's freaking out about it. Everybody told me the same thing, too. They're like, saying, I don't know shit about cars. I was like, that's boss as fuck. I'm like, no, it's not. I was like, he found this car, which in and of itself should have been a holy shit moment because nobody gets rid of this car. I'm like, now, if he had found that car with a different engine in it, I'd have been like, yeah, that is actually more realistic. Because
you got a shitty engine in this car. Now we can't do fucking shit.
Because people take that engine and put it in other cars because it's such a badass fucking engine. And that's a bad fucking car. But, you know, what are you going to do, right?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Oh. And then they broke my fucking... No, you know where Tokyo Drift... Why I fucking hate that movie? Because I'm a Mustang fan. And you take a fucking... No. And it was just so unrealistic. They took like 3 days to put a fucking... I think it was a Skyline they were driving or something?
Sure.
Fucking took a Skyline engine and put it in a fucking Mustang in like 3 days. I was like, go fuck yourself.
Movie magic, sir.
You're talking about a car from the fucking 1960s. Putting a fucking... If you took a fucking Mustang engine from today and tried to put in a fucking 60s Mustang, you would still need to do some custom fab work, okay?
Right.
You can't do that fucking shit with a fucking Japanese car from like 2003 and put that shit in a car from the 60s in fucking 3 days. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. It would take literally a fucking team of like 7 skilled-ass welders months to get that shit done. And then they made a fucking Mustang purr. Fuck you.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Mustangs growl. They don't purr. Okay? America.
So do we have time for one more story?
We got. If we want to go over a little bit, yeah, you got.
This will be a quick story. This is. I went through my notes because I started doing. I have the notes in your phone, so I'll put in shit that I need to remember because we go 2 weeks without recording, so shit happens. And now some of them I'm like, wow, what the fuck was I supposed to be talking about? Right? Don't remember. But this one, so I'm at my day job and I work over in the Apopka area. Kind of the scarier part of Apopka. And it's like in these warehouse type spots. And I'm there and we have our big garage door open at one point. And so we'll get people driving around looking for different stuff and things like that. Because the area is kind of weird and it's hard to find things. So this guy rolls up in this shitty truck, and I'm standing at my table making, the things that I'm making, and I look up, and he's just sitting there looking at me.
You got a purty mouth, boy.
And he doesn't even... He got a purty mouth. No.
Yeah.
So he's like, not even like looking at me like, hey, come here. He's just like staring at me.
Right,
so I'm like, okay, maybe he'll just drive away. Takes like a minute. He's still sitting there. I'm like, okay. So I take my headphones off. I go up, and you never know what you're going to run into.
It's like a box of chocolates. Most of it's shit.
So
you eat that one that's filled with toothpaste.
I go up to him like, hey, sir, how can I help you? And he goes, do you know where I could get an axe chrome plated? And I'm like, what? He's like, I need an axe chrome plate. Where do you know? Do you guys do that? Do you know where I can do that? I'm like, no, I haven't. Because in my area, there's like our sign shop, a pool place, like nothing that would do anything like that.
I have so many questions.
And I didn't have no questions. I just told him, I'm like, no, I don't know. And he's kind of telling me this. He's like, oh, I have this axe, and he brings up this axe, and it's like 12 inches long or something, all like crappy metal looking. He's like, oh, it's like 200 years old, and
why would you chrome plate that?
That was one of the questions that ended up popping in my head, but I was not asking him because I wanted him to go away.
Motherfucker, ain't you been to Antiques Roadshow? Every time they restore that shit, it loses value.
I'm like,
goddamn.
He's like, yeah, I wanted to get this chrome plated. I've had this forever. It's 200 years old. Like telling me all this shit.
My mouth is agape.
And I'm just like, I don't care. And the fuck is going on? And I'm like, yeah, like I said, I don't know where to do it. So I'm like, sorry. And he goes, okay, no problem. He's like, sorry for wasting your time. Like, I'm like, it's all good, man. And he drove away.
I have so many questions. Did he want the whole thing chrome plated? I mean,
I didn't go into detail. This dude, and he was like,
Deliverance shit.
Yeah, he was kind of a scary dude. So
literally, you have a pretty mouth, like
kind of, yeah. that could have came out at any minute.
He had a tree stump in the back of the truck just in case.
There could have been. It was an ugly ass truck.
I have this feeling that you've never seen Deliverance.
I have not, but I know. Yeah, I know the man. Yeah. Well, where Kayla's dad's cabin is in West Virginia, the Deliverance was filmed right up the road from there.
I used to live with a guy that knew the two guys from Deliverance in real life. He was like, yeah, they were always a little fucked up. It's true. He was like, I never actually thought they'd do some shit like that, though.
Oh, jeez.
So, do you know the story of Deliverance? Like, they kidnapped the dude and rape him out in the tree and, all that shit?
Yep.
Yeah, he knew those guys that did that.
That's scary.
And he was like, yeah, kind of glad they're in prison. That's where they belong. That wasn't right. They did that man wrong. I have so many questions for this axe gentleman. I mean, where would you acquire such an object?
Well, my first question was, if you're trying to find somewhere to get it chrome plated, this guy is just driving around in his truck, going to random businesses, going, can you chrome plate this? There's this thing called the internet and Google.
We ain't got them internets, man.
Bing, if you're, Google's too uppity for you.
If you're nobody.
Or Yahoo.
Or Spider-Man, apparently. We ain't got no internets, and if it ain't at the Wally Mart or the Target, I ain't buying it.
So, if you don't use the internet, okay, I guess. There's also that the phone book. I think that's still in existence.
Yeah, they still have trees.
Yeah.
They still have the internet on a tree.
And so that's quite.
I have so many questions.
One of the weirdest things.
Do you just want the head chrome plated? Because if it's 200 years old, odds are it's got a wooden handle, right?
No, it was full.
It had a metal handle.
As far as I got a quick glance at it, but it looked all metal to me.
It's so weird.
And it looked like it was in pretty decent. It looked like it was worn toward, but it looked like it was worn toward for 200 years.
Right.
Why would you fucking chrome plate it?
Right. The best you want to do is put some sort of preservatives on it.
Yeah.
To keep it from rusting.
Or put it in a box and save it for another 200 years.
Fucking hyperbaric chamber or whatever.
Yeah.
That's,
so that was
that's fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
Like, why would you?
We get weird people at our shop.
Man, that's weird. Where I work, I sell medical shit, and it's never. We get stupid questions like, The name of the business it implies like garbage.
Oh, okay.
Because the parts we make are disposable.
Right.
So that's in the name.
Okay.
So these fucking people, they come up, they're like, oh, y'all do like waste management? Like, no, we are a medical parts manufacturer.
Well, that one's slightly understandable.
But nowhere outside do we have trash. Like, have you ever been to waste management?
It's all on the inside, man.
Have you ever... Well, you know what's funny, though? Waste Management, or, no, not Waste Management, the garbage company, the big one in Florida, I forget their name. One of their fucking transfer facilities is literally 2 blocks away from us. So I'm just like, motherfucker, you can go right down there.
Are they trying to leave garbage at your place?
I think so.
Oh my
God. One dude actually did. He had like a fucking truck full of just bullshit.
Oh man.
And he's like, can I leave trash here? And I was like, why the fuck would you think that's okay in any place? Do I come to your house and ask you if I can leave trash on your fucking front lawn? Probably couldn't tell the difference.
We had a bunch of people in our area, like, will come in and be like, you hiring? No.
We get that all the time.
But it's like people that would not get a job anyway.
You don't want them to work here.
No, it's they're like scratching.
Bro,
it's like, you hiring?
You know, it seems like I always get like the two extremes. I either get like a really fucking like ancient motherfucker, like Treebeard looking dude. Are you guys hiring? No, we want somebody who can work here for at least 3 years and not die. Or we get the really young guy who's like, just a punk ass who just, you guys hiring, man? Like, yeah, no, we don't, we're not right now. You guys got like an application I can fill out or something, dude?
No.
Like, no, we also drug test here, so.
Well, yeah, and like with our shop's real small, so we keep ours is
really small too.
It's like we can't afford to bring somebody else in, even if we wanted to.
Right.
It wouldn't be you.
Right.
But we can't.
If we wanted to, you still wouldn't be. So get stepping, cuz.
So I think it's getting to that time, buddy.
Yeah, we're good. We're a couple minutes over.
You got a couple minutes extra. Why don't you plug your stuff first, and I'll plug.
Yeah. So
go first.
As usual, you can find me youtube.com/willdevelopment, facebook.com/willdevelopment, Twitter willdevelopmnt, Instagram willdevelopment, all that good stuff. YouTube's the best place to find my stuff. Subscribe, leave a comment. I put up a new video every single week, whether it's a weekly update, and I also try
if you want it or not.
Yeah, whether you want it or not, too. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm about that hustle, bruh. You'll get a weekly update guaranteed, but I usually have some other little random video. Just this 2 weeks ago, I dropped a video of me loading an Atlas stone, and not in the way you think. So go check that out to see what I'm talking about.
Think of that.
And then my asshole, who doesn't know anything about anything except for faggoty art stuff, he's gonna go ahead and.
Aww, too far.
Oh, not far enough.
Yeah, probably.
I actually love art.
So,
I'm so jealous of what he can do. It's not even funny.
My art stuff. JB Designs, best way to find me. The www.joshbauerartist.com. Bauer is Bauer.
Nice.
Like Jack Bauer from 24.
Beep.
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I'm on Store Envy. You can buy my art online and get it shipped to you while this a-hole is beeping in the fucking background.
The following takes place between hour 1 hour 8 minutes and 1 hour 9 minutes.
Anyways, upcoming events, which you can find on my Facebook page. Next week is Smash Comics Free Comic Book Day in the Seminole Town Mall in Sanford, Florida. I will be there as a guest artist, along with a ton of other amazing artists, including George Perez, the Raven Wolves, tons of awesome, talented artists. Come by. Will should be there with me.
I'll do my best to get out there and say what's up.
Yeah, we're going to be hanging out, selling my artwork, enjoying the day. There's going to be cosplayers, free comic books, art, who knows what else. Smash is a great group. If you are not near Smash Comics, your local comic shop is probably doing something. So go check it out. Take the kids. Get some free comics for them. It's a way to help people get into reading and help the kids get into reading more. Other events I got coming up. MegaCon 2016, Memorial Day weekend in Orlando, Florida. Ocala Comic Con. I'm heading back to where it all started in Ocala. It's the first convention I ever did.
Going back to his humble roots. Can't forget where you came from.
Something like that. Tampa Bay Comic Con in August, Claremont Comic Con in November. And then there's the Creative Hangout.
Absolutely.
Social media stuff.
Absolutely.
We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on SoundCloud. Still working on iTunes. We may have had it up by now, but the best way to listen to us, if you are listening to us, is SoundCloud, hopefully. If not, try YouTube. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, comment. Send us an email or a tweet. The Twitter is at TCH Podcast Show. Or on email, it's thecreativehangoutpodcast at gmail.com. Send us some topics.
What's that email address again?
thecreativehangoutpodcast at gmail.com.
I learned that from another podcaster. Like, you got to say that shit twice. It's so nice.
So yeah, just send us some topics you want us to talk about. Questions, concerns, feedback. We would love to have some feedback. Also, I forgot. I'd like to shout them out as much as possible. We forgot last episode, but big thank you to Bethany of the Outhouse Games. She is the wonderful person that created our theme song that you hear at the beginning of the episode. Her and her crew are spectacular. We hope to have them on soon as a guest. Make sure to check out all their games. Stacker, as of a few weeks back, they just came out or were about to release a voting type game, like dealing with all the politicians.
Oh, okay.
It kind of looked like a whack-a-mole for politicians.
Right.
So please check out Outhouse Games. Tell Bethany how much you love them and how much you support the Creative Hangout. Other than that, I think that's about it, right, buddy?
Yeah. I mean, I mentioned last week that I would be at Iron House that Wednesday. So both podcasts are late on that front, but
He was there.
I should have released the footage from that where I collabed with JV Fitness, Joel Valentine, and Hunter, whose last name I can't remember, of his YouTube that I also can't remember right now. But I hung out with those guys out at Iron House, and if you want to get a kick-ass strongman workout, that's the place to go out there in Orlando. Talk to Alan, great guy, the owner. Do some strongman shit. Feel like a boss.
Yeah.
BAWSE, boss.
Alright, guys. Thanks for listening to us. We're the Creative Hangout, and we'll catch you next week. Later.